Well, look at you. You're good luck.
Hey guys, it's Jasmine, and that was a black cat that I actually saw on my walk this morning, which couldn't have been timed any better. And happy Meowloween! Almost. We got a few days. But happy Black Cat Day to all of you out in the UK. We actually just learned about that last week, and it's today, October 27th. Speaking of last week, we discussed some really interesting and important facts about black cats. In today's video, we are going to get more into the history of the superstitions and prejudice against black cats specifically. Before we get started, if you are new here and like learning about all kinds of cat stuff things, which is usually honestly more about nutrition and the raw cat food diet, or if you like fitness and nutrition and other interesting things for humans, then go ahead and click that subscribe button below because we do put out a new video every CATurday. Now, have you ever asked yourself, what are my beliefs about black cats? Where do these beliefs even stem from? Is there any validity behind them? I mean, are cats actually good luck or bad luck? Like I mentioned last week, it's safe to say that the beliefs surrounding black cats vary, and they really depend on factors like what part of the world you live in, what cultural influences you may have, any personal experiences that you may have had with a black cat, and whether or not you're superstitious in the first place. That said, let's just go ahead and get straight into some of the more common black cat superstitions, shall we? Finding a white hair on a black cat is considered lucky. Having a dream with a black cat in it is also considered lucky. Many cultures believe that a strange black cat showing up on your porch or doorstep is a sign of prosperity. Fishermen and their wives in the 16th and 17th century in Great Britain saw black cats as very good luck and even kept them on their ships and in their homes. Though not everybody got the chance to do that because at that time, black cats were so highly valued that not everyone could even afford them, which is a complete 180 from what we discussed last week about how black cats are viewed in modern day North America, for example. Moving on, if you are in England and a black cat crosses your path, then it's considered good luck, except if you are in Yorkshire. If you are a pirate from the 18th century and a black cat walks towards you, that's bad luck. But if it walks away from you, that's good luck. But if it jumps onto your ship and then jumps off, that's a sign that your ship is gonna sink, so you probably want to get off your ship. That said, in the United Kingdom, it is believed that if a black cat walks towards you, it is thought to bring good fortune. But if it walks away from you, it's thought to take that fortune with it. Needless to say, I have the feeling that if you were a pirate who happened to be from the UK back then and based your livelihood on black cats and which direction they were walking, I imagine that's what they might consider 18th century first world problems. Forget it if you're German, because then you really need to focus. Because if a black cat crosses your path from right to left, that's bad luck. But from left to right, that's good luck. Oh, and I forgot to mention, if you are driving and a black cat crosses your path, then you have to turn your hat around backwards, assuming you're wearing a hat, and cross an X on the windshield in order to prevent bad luck. Can you guys see how these are basically like medieval chain letters? Like the ones we used to get to our AOL emails, maybe some of you still do, that would say things like, if you don't forward this to 10 people in the next 5 minutes, then you are going to get hit by a bus as soon as you walk out your door. Now, let's just go ahead and take a look at the definition of what luck is. Luck is success or failure, apparently brought on by chance rather than through one's own actions. Needless to say, many argue whether luck, as most believe it to be, actually exists, which we won't be getting into deeply into this video, just for a matter of time and relevance, but that could definitely be a subject in the future. When it comes to our precious and beautiful black cats, I think it's time to bring some clarity and a little common sense to these superstitions and beliefs, specifically to the negative ones that could potentially cause harm to these innocent creatures simply due to the fear and ignorance of people who just don't know any better yet. So let's go ahead and focus on the more positive side, or good luck, when it comes to black cat superstitions. Did you know that in Russia, all cats are considered lucky? Like I mentioned last week, Japan and Great Britain actually consider black cats a token of luck in love. The Japanese fortune cat figurine, which you have probably seen, I'll do my best impression, is not only believed to bring in prosperity, but also to protect against evil and demons and even stalkers. If you are of the theatrical world, it is believed in many cultures that if a black cat finds its way to your audience on opening night, that is a sign of a long and prosperous run. In Norse mythology, the goddess of fertility, love, and beauty, Freya, rides on a chariot pulled by two black cats. And farmers would actually leave bowls of milk for Freya and her kitty companions in their fields, believing that by doing so, she would bless them with a good harvest. And then there's Egypt. If you have seen hieroglyphics before, or you're familiar with Egyptian history, then it may be of no surprise that cats were worshipped and seen as living embodiments of gods, especially black cats. It was actually illegal to kill a cat, even if by accident, and the penalty was death. If a feline fur baby belonged to royalty, then it wasn't uncommon for this cat to be dressed in golden jewelry and to even eat from the owner's plates. Egyptian families would mummify their feline fur babies once they passed and even mourn them just like they were any other family member. And cats would even be buried with their owners. This doesn't just go for Egypt, but the entire Middle East area. When cats were becoming domesticated, they were valued not just for their life-saving service, but also for keeping the food stocks safe from vermin like rodents and snakes. Egypt even had a cat goddess, Bastet, who was part cat, part woman, and who I completely plan on being every CATurday next year, so just a heads up. Bastet, the cat goddess, would grant good fortune to anyone who housed cats. She also represented protection and acted as a symbol of a good mother. So seeing as there is such a long ancient history of cats, specifically black cats, being held with such high regard and with so much value, the question becomes, when did that all turn around? And where did all of these negative associations that seem to be prevalent today originate from? Well, somewhere in the Middle Ages or the 14th century, black cats became likened with the devil due to their dark color and suspicious nocturnal behavior. History does show that Christian and biblical perspectives played a strong influence on this, and also to why black cats were so heavily associated with witchcraft, or witches in particular. It was believed that black cats acted as servants for these witches to come out at night, or that the witches themselves shape-shifted or changed into black cats in order to go out at night. It was also thought that if a witch did become human, then you would no longer see any black cat in or around her home. Add to that, if a woman, especially a single woman, and especially a single older woman, was seen feeding or caring for stray cats, she was often identified, or we should say misidentified, as a witch and then persecuted. The belief of black cats being evil was so profound around this time that it resulted in many of them being killed during the Black Death pandemic. Ironically, what they didn't realize or know at the time was that keeping all of these cats around would have helped the cause by having them kill all of the rats that were actually spreading the plague. Now, as for how this black cat bad luck or devil association seemed to become the default in places like North America, well, when pilgrims arrived in Plymouth Rock, they also brought with them their devout faith, which happened to also include all of those beliefs about black cats. So I'm curious, what is your impression of black cats? Do you have any beliefs about them, or have you believed any superstitions? Do you know better than to take superstitions too seriously? Are you a single lady living in Japan with your black cat fur baby and finding yourself lucky in love? Or maybe you can even share if you live in Japan and it's true that a lot of single ladies have black cats, partly for that superstitious reason. I'd love to get a discussion going about this because I'm honestly super curious to what different people in different parts of the world have to say when it comes to black cats. Alright guys, I hope you found this video interesting or helpful. I am well aware that I'm more of a white cat today than a black cat, but you know, we're an equal opportunity channel here. If you did like this video, please remember to click that thumbs up below and also share it with any cat people and non-cat people alike. Also remember to hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon right next to it so that you can get notified whenever new videos go up.
Oh, let's say hello! It's CATurday, love. Oh, you like me. Okay, never mind.
As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I wish you a safe and happy, healthy Meowloween, and we will see you next week. Bye!